YouTube, my name's Jules and this is my channel. I've always seen like booktubers doing their thing on YouTube and I was like, why not? Why can't I do that too? I mean, I read way too much for my own sanity. I have a good camera, I have the books, and I have the people willing to watch. So I sat down and I was like, I'm doing this. For this video, I wanted to talk about maybe my favorite books and some things that are gonna happen here, maybe a little bit. So I'm gonna show you my top 6 books of all time that I can't live without. One of my top books of all time would definitely have to be The Maze Runner by James Dashner. This book will change you. So The Maze Runner, I thought was gonna be a guy's book, basically, but it's not. It's about a love-ish. It's, I don't want to give anything away, just get this book. It's so good. It just, I just, get this book if you haven't read it yet. One of my other favorite books would have to be Divergent. When I first got it, I was like, wow, that is a long book. But I read it, I think, in 3 days. It just goes like that. It's, this book, I mean, books, just, there are books that you relate to and there's books that you just read for fun. And this one was both. This book was just amazing. I mean, it's becoming a movie soon, so you have a reason to read it now. It's just, it's so good. Another awesome book on my list is the Mortal Instruments series. I have City of Glass, which is the 3rd, because I'm lending out currently City of Bones, but this one is my favorite because this is where all the shit goes down. If you have not read the Mortal Instruments series, I had City of Bones and City of Ashes for months and I just didn't touch them. I don't know why at this point. I was like, oh, I'll get to them eventually. And I fell in love with this series. When I got back from camp, I had the first 2 and I brought them to camp and I read them in a week. I just didn't stop. I angered my entire cabin. I just would not stop reading. My dad brought this up for me on Visitor's Day and he told me that it was no longer a trilogy, that there are more books, and I literally freaked out. This series, just read it. I'm gonna say that all of these books, just read them. Next on my list of top amazingness books in the entire freaking world is The Fault in Our Stars. It is the thing to read. Like, you gotta do it. I really wish I didn't read the ending on the subway, because everybody said you'd cry. Even just during the entire book, I was crying. When my friends were reading it at camp, they were crying. Like, you can't not cry when you have this book. Just the back, just all these reviews, just speak volumes on how amazing this book is. Another book that is in my top fantastic. It wins everything ever known to humans in the entire world. It speaks for itself. Look how pretty it is. The Hunger Games trilogy is the reason I started reading. It is the reason I do everything. It is the reason I live. Ooh, shiny. If you have not read the Hunger Games trilogy yet, if you have not seen the books, if you've only seen the movies, you have not read these books, you have got to do it. I picked up this book when it first came out. Well, not this one, the Hunger Games. And mind-changing, mind blown. You don't realize how much you can connect to a book until you read these books. So Catching Fire is my favorite out of the entire trilogy, because this is the one where all the shit goes down. I guess that's Mockingjay. Shit goes down in all of them. I just can't talk about this book anymore because it makes me feel so many things. I think I've read these books like 100 times. More than that. Probably more than that. Another one of my favorite books in my top 6 would have to be The Host. I don't have a physical copy. Pretend there's one right here. There's just something about things that are not our world but are our world that just freak me out, that I love so much. Deciding to read that book after saying, no, I'm not gonna read you. That was probably the best decision I've ever made in my life. The movie, everybody said it was awful. For me, the movie just brought the book to life. If you have a reading bone in your body, you will read that book. You will read it for me, you will read it for you, and you will just read it because it's so good. Oh my god, if I could give it like a scale of 1 to 10, it would probably be like 50. Let me know in the comments what you want me to talk about next. If you want me to talk about a book, if you want me to talk about a theory, if you want me to talk about a movie. I'm open to any suggestions you might have. So thanks for watching. My name is Jules, this is my channel, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Dancing with books. I like this wall. I feel like I'm blending into it.